Doing an oil change on this 2017 Volkswagen Passat. We'll take off this cover here. Get to the oil filter. There's the oil filler. So here's a list of the tools. We'll need a Torx 25 and a 45, a 32 millimeter socket, 6 quarts of oil, 8 millimeter hex for underneath the drain plug, and we need the 50200 oil, torquing it to 103 foot-pounds. That must be for the lug nuts there. So before I raise the car up and drain the oil, I'm going to go ahead and open up this oil filter here. Takes a 32 millimeter. It's not on very tight. This will allow all the oil to drain. I'm just going to leave that right there to drain. So now I'm going to close the hood and raise the car up to go underneath. Now I'm going to take off the plate here. Takes some 25 millimeter Torx, or number 25 Torx. So I've got a 10 millimeter socket up in here. I'm going to try to capture the oil. Before I do it, I try to make sure this isn't clogged, because if it is, it'd be a problem. Half the time it is clogged with something. So while I'm letting the oil drain out, I like to take a look at the engine, because it's So while I was lowering the car down, I happened to notice this nail in the tire. So I'm going to go ahead and take care of that nail, pull that out and plug it, or I might have to take it off, I'm not sure. But it's a good idea. That's why you check things out while you're under the car, because you can catch these things before they become a big issue. I'm going to go ahead and try to pull this nail out here. And twisting it counterclockwise, just in case it was a screw. And there it was. It was a small screw. Now I'm going to check that and see if it's leaking. So I've got a water soapy solution here. I'm going to put on there and see if I can see anything coming out of there. Evidently I caught it before it got into the tire, but just in case, I'm going to mark the inside of the tire with some chalk so I can keep an eye on that area there. Well, I was all set to plug the tire with these tools here and this plug, but since it's not leaking, I'm not gonna puncture that tire just to plug it. I've marked it with a piece of chalk and I'll keep an eye on it. So now I'm gonna continue lowering the car. Now with the car on the ground, I can go ahead and finish the rest of the job here. First thing I want to do is get this oil filter out of here. Got the new oil filter right here. And it has an O-ring in there. It's the thing I need right now. I'll be using that filter a little bit later. So I pulled the filter out. That's what it looks like. And I've got a dental pick I like to use to get in there and gently get rid of the old seal and install a new seal. And I like to make sure there's just some oil on that rubber. And I'll put the new filter in. Just like that. So here's the location it goes into. And it just drops down in there. And threads back into place. I just usually do it hand tight and then finish it with the socket. The rubber is what's making the seal, so it doesn't really need to be very tight. I get the 32mm socket here. And hardly takes anything. This is it right there. The case is it's made out of plastic, so you don't really want to put a lot of torque on that. And so the next thing is just to fill it up. It takes about 6 quarts. I like to use a clean funnel. It may look dirty, but inside is clean. Six quarts of, this is the oil I'm using. .540 Valvoline European vehicle. It's got the 50200 spec, which is what this engine calls for. So the last thing I do is update my label here so I can keep up with the service of the car. And that's all there is to it. Thanks for watching and hope you enjoyed the video.